I should have definitely gone brighter. Because I have wine and purple pink. No, my black. There's no contrast.
The background
It's healthy.
There's a yellow background, yellow and white background. Okay, guys.
Don't change your voice. You don't need to here. Those YouTubers, hi guys, welcome to my channel. You don't need to. Don't change your voice. I'm in person.
The job is hierarchical, and then house officer is at the bottom of the food chain.
Oh yes,
Atom. So Charlie, that day you're about to feel like children when you come to your workplace, but I think like in other aspects of your life, I think if you look at it critically, you realize that like you expect like maturity in some other aspects of your life. But how's your way there?
And you. It's a struggle. It's a daily struggle. Like sometimes I need to give myself a whole lecture before I get out of bed and come to work because I'm so tired and like sometimes it's not even like physical tiredness. You're just overwhelmed from all the emotions that you've had to deal with from the previous day's work. Maybe you've lost a couple of patients, you've had like an altercation with your boss, or rounds has been messy, and then things just keep going badly. Your patients are not doing too well. You feel like, what's the point? Do I even need to go to work today? Can I just sleep? If I don't go to work today, what will happen?
And even medicine, like, it's always evolving, so there's always something you need to learn. So exactly. It's like you always have to be learning.
Forever
exactly.
Yeah, you never get on top of medicine.
Yeah, that pressure of like learning is always over your head. Like you have to learn the latest thing. You have to learn
what's the newest drug to treat this?
But it gets to a point, your motivation to learn will not be somebody even asking you questions.
Yeah.
Exactly. You'll be trying to be better yourself.
Yeah. And also trying not to like let your patients down, because you realize that now you're actually responsible for keeping a lot of people alive.
Yeah.
And so your knowledge bank is what keeps them alive, and so you need to know. At this point, it's on a need to know basis. It's not on a want to know basis.
Or a nice to know basis. I remember I used to say something is
nice to know, yeah. Or like no to pass. It's not even a no to pass basis anymore. It's a no to save life basis now. And that's like such a huge responsibility. It's hard though.
And that alone, I think, it has a huge toll on your mental health.
Yeah.
Knowing that you have such a responsibility.
And then sometimes you feel so responsible when things go wrong, even though you like, when you rationalize it's not your fault, but you just don't feel so responsible.
There's a whole chain of events
beyond your control.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, mental health is not something that's like really talked about here, like in our country. I think it's now like it's coming. But
even as a house officer, if you tell your boss that you're depressed or you're anxious about something,
let's not even say
they expect you to suck it up.
You just need a day.
Yeah.
Because you're going through it. Charlie, you're overwhelmed.
Exactly.
They don't get
you should be allowed to say. I mean, for anybody, not just the house of anyone.
But I mean, you would expect that we are in the health field, and so it should be easier for people to understand. But it's not the case.
It's like
it is not the case.
In the health.
We take it for granted more than we should because we
do
know better. Exactly.
It would interest you to know that our mental health probably orders more fast food to our premises than anywhere.
Yeah.
Because we are the ones preaching healthy eating and healthy living.
Because see, you are in the hospital for like 24 hours. You order KFC, my dear. Because only KFC that will be open at midnight.
I don't need KFC.
Okay.
No, today when I was coming to work, right, I was
contemplating,
do I need to eat before I come? And I was like, if I don't eat and I come, when I'm hungry, I can order KFC because KFC they close at 1.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Which was like a tangible alternative for me when I was leaving my house. And so that is what I order if I'm doing a 24-hour duty and it's midnight and I'm hungry.
Makes sense.
No salad bar is open at midnight.
Salad. You want a salad at midnight?
Exactly.
Can you even be bothered to make yourself a salad at midnight? Exactly.
Yes.
So that's the irony of it.
I feel like we've had so many conversations in one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've talked about
Especially
like,
topic that.
yeah, we've talked about a lot.
exactly. I think more YouTubers should do. Just turn on your camera and talk.
Is it?
And so the high guys.
This hi guys really really gets to you.
What should we talk about next?
I don't know. Just if this video is too long, I'll probably split it into two.
Or you can have like a part 1 and part 2.
Yeah. That's what I did with my COVID video. Has any of you gotten COVID?
No.
I actually think like when it came fresh now, I was having like
When it came on fresh.
Fresh in box.
So
iPhone.
now they still.
Fresh in box. iPhone. They're slightly used.
came fresh. Now I feel like I was experiencing something. No, because usually I get like cold. I mean, I'm someone who really gets cold because I think I have like some allergies and stuff. But then I usually get cold, like I'm always like coughing those things. But there was this particular cold that I got. I've never experienced anosmia before. I've never experienced like loss of taste before. But that cold found it. And I couldn't smell anything. I couldn't taste
And it just
anything.
coincided with the
Colds
whole.
don't let you lose your sense of taste, if I'm right.
Exactly. If anything, you can get the
Anosmia, but
But the thing was that at that point, I never tested for COVID. So, I don't know.
You had the
Question for the gods.
I guess we'll never know.
We'll never know.
Yeah.
But it's real, Charlie. COVID is real.
I feel
See
so
people's
bad.
checks
Yeah, so wear your
see
mask.
people,
Charlie. Wear
see
your
people's checks everywhere, and people's chests.
People are suffering.
Hey.
I mean, it's difficult to wear the mask. I'm really suffering here, but
Yeah, because I keep adjusting mine.
we're better off wearing the mask.
Yeah.
Everybody wear your mask.
Keep your mask on. Keep your mask on. We've all done ONG, right? We can talk about something women related, I guess. How many teenage pregnancies did you see in ONG?
Oh,
Actually, these. Oh, you did?
we even saw twins and triplets.
What was the youngest pregnant person you saw in ONG?
I don't remember here, but the youngest person I saw, like I've seen, was an 11-year-old. She was that was when I was in medical school and I was doing my ONT rotation. And then I go on the ward and there was this girl like hysteric. The whole place like shouts, screams, she had run from her bed, nurses and everybody was trying to hold it. I was just wondering what like the girl was doing. I was wondering whether I was like a child of a patient on the ward or something like that. Only for me to hear that I think she had been sexually abused. She was pregnant by an uncle. And she was pregnant and like like the pregnancy already because she's teenage, she's going to have like attendance like pregnancy problems or issues related to the pregnancy. So she was just like hysterical. I think because she wasn't my patient then, so I didn't really stay much to follow up on the story. But I think that's the youngest I've seen, 11. Yeah.
Okay, so when I was doing ONG, I think the youngest I saw was a 14-year-old who came in with eclampsia.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's unlucky.
Yeah. But apparently eclampsia is worse at the extremes. So like it's
Yes.
you're more prone to
teenage
getting
pregnancy.
eclampsia at the extremes of age. So very young or very old. So my boss wasn't even shocked.
Yeah.
She was like,
it's
oh,
not-
you're 14, you have eclampsia. Well,
Yeah.
I could have called this.
Yeah.
So, but when I was doing pedics, there was a funny thing that happened. There was a 14-year-old who came in with a 19-month-old child. So the child was 1 year, 7 months. All of us on the water that there was her younger brother, but apparently it was her son. So like both of them were on admission on the pedics ward. Because like mother and child on admission on the pedics ward. Like you're the mother of the child, you are a pedics patient.
Exactly.
I mean, the first instinct is to laugh because it sounds funny.
Yeah, but it's serious.
It's a really
It's
serious issue.
Because why are you like 13, 14 and you have a child that's almost 2 years old?
Yeah.
So it means you got pregnant quite early because you carried the pregnancy for 9 months and it's been 1 year, 7 months since you delivered.
So she probably got pregnant around 12.
Or 11, because I mean,
But I think here, because we are in like the city, we don't get to see much. But then I have a friend in like the district.
I didn't enjoy in Cape
It's a
Coast.
regular.
And in Cape Coast, hey, God. Sis. Like, if you see 10 pregnant women in a day, maybe 7 will be 18 or below.
I'm serious. I think you have to. I like do something about.
What do you think is causing that high prevalence in the coastal area?
For Cape Coast, I think the major issues there are the illiteracy rate, first of all, and like I think they've demystified sex so much that everybody's having sex. Like that, to them, there's nothing sacred about sex. Like it's just like drinking water.
Really?
It's so demystified. And someone told me that
It's not a taboo for people.
no. Someone told me that like it's so common that there are women in the marketplaces that you can go to at night and give 2 cities.
Not surprising because
Or kind
I
of
think
sardine.
in Ghana, as like in general, the idea is that like sex should happen like
In the
after
confines of marriage.
So it's actually quite surprising. But yeah, I think I've heard that story before because when I was in Cape Coast as well, when we went to, I mean, you hear the boys say like you hear the boys say that actually sometimes it's just a bow so sadly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just the pettiest things. Things that wouldn't even make you blink or flinch. That's what they give to them. And so like
That
the
was
incidence
true,
of
that, like poverty is like
Yeah,
another
poverty is-
number.
yeah. yeah, because if I wasn't poor, I wouldn't be moved by
Yes,
it.
people would do.
Yeah, so then there's the poverty as well. And then I don't know, but I feel like there's also, I don't know if I should call it flex that comes with having a child early. Plus, they don't really chastise them because, like, the mothers are excited that they are grandmothers when their teenage kids have children. So it's like, because why would an 18-year-old be on her second child? If after the first one, her parents had put her through some heat, she would have rethought her decision to get pregnant again. And plus, family planning is a thing they do not
Yeah,
like.
I was just going to say that family planning.
When you offer to them, they'll tell you that my friend said they used it and it didn't work for them. What exactly happened to your friend? They'll say they can't tell you exactly what it was, so that their friends had side effects, so don't use it. Which friend? They can't even tell you specifically which person, but like it's word on the streets that family planning is bad, it has side effects, and when you want to have kids and you've done family planning, it's very difficult for you to conceive. So that's what is in their head. So when
they are misinformed.
when you even offer them family planning, like a 16-year-old has come in with a pregnancy and you offer them that, oh, after this maybe we want to give you an IUD or want to give you like a subdermal implant or we want to put you on the pill, they're like, nah, I'm not doing it. It's actually quite disturbing.
Well,
It was
like,
disturbing.
like it's all about the misinformation. But I think all that people need to do is go to the family planning offices and then just like even if you are not ready to do it, just tell like the midwives, just tell the people there that
But
you want to get information.
but you
on
see,
it. Actually do a good job to educate like the people who
Yeah.
come in to let them know the different kinds, the different mechanisms of action and what would seem like side effects. Because some of the medications, for instance, like the depo Primera, because it's a depo, it takes some time to start acting. Actually, so some people might say, "Oh, they took it and it didn't work for them because they got pregnant," but they have to
They
understand
didn't
that
give
for
it
some
that
particular-
time,
exactly.
yeah.
For some particular ones, when you start taking it, it takes time to work, and then when you want to stop, it takes time for it
For
to
the
stop
effects to
because
stop.
it's like it's releasing gradually. So even
Even the subdermal implants
exactly
and the hormonal
the
IUDs,
hormonal ones exactly.
all the hormonal ones work the
Yes,
same way.
so they take time to stop. So then your midwife or doctor will usually advise that okay, if you're planning to get pregnant at this point in time, maybe stop taking it maybe 3-4 months prior to when you want to get pregnant or when you want to start trying to get pregnant. Exactly. So I think it's just the misinformation that's out there. So people just need to
Essentially, they are
really
not
get
aware.
informed. But then there are people who have had genuine side effects of some of the
the family planning methods.
and it's with medication. You see some of
Which
it.
But that's the thing.
Bound
There's
to happen.
but there's I feel like I told somebody that
which you are advised on because when
Exactly,
you
because they're not unusual.
exactly because like medication
They're
when you take
expected.
it they're expected, so then the knowledge is there on how to tackle them as well.
Exactly.
So
But
it's
I
not
feel like
something
in
that
this
you should be
life,
scared.
everything has side effects. Even water can choke you. No, I'm serious. Everything has side effects. Even breathing can go wrong.
Breathing can go wrong.
When you buy a car, that's why you do insurance, because you can crash.
Yeah. But
Like,
it's
so then, and every medication has side effects. Even paracetamol has side effects.
yeah.
So then I don't think side effects should be enough reason for you to decide that you do not want to do family planning.
I mean,
But you know,
if
yeah,
you-
it's all hearsay. It's all hearsay.
Exactly.
Exactly.
People
So
don't
you
even
can know
experience
what
it for
they
themselves.
But if you've been to the clinic, you've been through the program, they've explained to you. And the thing is, the nurses are there, they are ready.
The other thing is
They
that
are
most
ready
people,
to talk to you, but people don't
especially-
come.
People don't go. Yeah.
The
that's
family
it.
planning unit
especially
is one
when
of the
they're
quietest-
teenage pregnant, like when they're teenage mothers or like they're pregnant as teenagers, they don't even go for antenatal clinics
Exactly.
because there's this stigma attached to being a teenage mother, and sometimes some of the midwives are too harsh on them, like they're chastising them when they come. How are you 14 and you're
But the thing is,
pregnant?
they're already pregnant.
Exactly.
At this point.
Yeah.
So the only way to go is forward from
And the
now.
thing is that people also don't know, but then at the antenatal clinic, sometimes there's special clinics for like teenage,
Yeah.
for teenage mothers. Because I remember when I was doing my district rotation, we did it.
But I don't think that's available in all hospitals. It would be nice if it was available
Yeah,
in
it
all
was a
hospitals.
district hospital, so I think it's a program that is being rolled out in like district hospitals at least.
Where they have a separate
Yes,
clinic.
so they have a separate clinic day for like teenage.
But that's encouraging.
Yeah. So I mean, like if you run a district hospital or you have some med super, some district hospital, and your family planning unit is not running, then maybe you can consider
Yeah.
that because that really helps a lot.